Welcome.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Welcome to this
Is there
thing.
a name for the podcast yet?
It's called The Podcast.
It's called The Podcast.
The podcast.
I unironically love that so much.
Well, it's kind of like Shrek the Musical. This is Jeff the Podcast.
Oh, perfect.
Or something like that.
It.
So, and I'm Jeff.
Wait, you're Jeff?
I'm Jeff, yes. And you're...
I'm Lizzy.
What? How is that like guy... Shrek the Musical?
Well, you know,
Jeff,
like
it's
Jeff.
a name,
Shrek.
the something.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, like Spaceballs, the lunchbox.
I got that reference. We were just watching
toilet
Spaceballs
paper
a little while ago.
You didn't introduce yourself.
Oh, my name's Hunter.
Oh.
Hi.
You don't. It's yeah.
No, we don't need.
They're just our friends who are.
We don't want to look at them.
Oh.
No.
Don't. They're not here. The camera's not here. Camera's not here.
I
wasn't anticipating being recorded, so I look like a slob today.
You mean video recorded?
What did you were
correct?
Correct.
Well, you don't sound like a slob, so you planned
that's
well for that part.
I drink a lot of I don't know. I should really know things. I should be able to
throat coat. Throat coat.
Throat coat.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. That's what I did.
I like that stuff.
The thing that I just found out about right now, that's what I did this morning. So I made sure that my voice sounded really nice.
That's so weird.
Unbelievable. No, you gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah, you have to do that.
Gotta have the finishing touch on that.
Mm-hmm. You have to have the microphone right up to your face, where you're kind of like slobbering all over it. That's the point of ASMR.
Yeah, that's.
I don't mean to diss it. It's other people's thing. It's just not my thing.
Yeah, I didn't really.
I'm not a big fan of the random noises. I had a burp coming, and I really debated ASMRing it.
Feel free.
I decided against it.
We're all about freedom here on the something the podcast that has no name.
It's the podcast.
Oh,
I don't even like Jeff the podcast.
I think someone's claimed that already somewhere. Well, I wonder.
People have claimed everything.
That's
you come
true.
up with a word, people have come up with it already. So
that's the internet.
Yeah. So the podcast's fine.
It's fine.
I actually really love it.
Yeah, I
like
it
unironically, I love it.
I'm gonna get T-shirts made up with
the podcast
with yogurt on it or whatever his name was, and
his name was yogurt.
It's the podcast.
We just watched that like
Mel Brooks
month ago.
What did we watch?
Spaceballs.
Oh, yeah.
Ludicrous Speed and the whole thing.
Yeah. I think like a month ago.
Did you find you were into that, or was that not a thing?
Well,
Did we fall
She's
asleep?
like, I'm into everything that Hunter's into. And vice versa. And
no. Well, here's the thing. There's a lot of like misconceptions I feel like about like relationships where you guys have to be into the exact same things. But having said that, me and Lizzy are both very similar in Star Wars specifically, and like I feel like you've seen like Spaceballs before, I'm sure. Yeah. And I mean I didn't watch it a ton growing up, but like I've seen it a couple times. But yeah, we have different interests, but like, yeah. Listen.
No, and that's
if it turns out your girlfriend, if it turns out you really like someone, and then they don't love the thing that you love, that's okay.
Oh, good message.
Good message. Yeah. That was it was the whole point of like 500 Days of Summer, where there's like that whole that scene where she's like, listen, just because she's into the same stuff, that's what she said. She said same stuff that you're into doesn't mean you're her soulmate, and vice versa. Just like you guys can really like each other and actually end up being really good for each other, but not into the same stuff.
Yeah. Well,
that's
Marin and I. But Indian food, that was a thing I didn't know was a thing, and then I'm dating my now wife, and I discovered Indian food. She introduced me to Les Mis.
Oh.
And a whole, and that was the beginning.
Excuse the pun.
That was stupid.
Oh, look, I'm online now.
I'm so excited about that pun.
Whole array of.
You know when you make a pun and you're like, that was beautiful.
We should write that down.
Oh, yeah, did you write it down?
It was recorded.
Yeah.
So 11
Did you
minutes
catch
and
it?
change.
Here,
yeah.
can we go over it one more time?
Stop.
All right, let me rewind.
Yeah, okay. So he goes, introduced me to Les Mis, and I said, score, as in, that's really cool. But There's also a score in the.
What? Musicals have scores?
Go ahead.
Oh.
Go ahead. It was a beautiful.
It would have been more fun if you said libretto.
I don't even get it.
It's the
libretto.
The book of a.
Yeah, the book of words.
The book of words for
things.
a show.
So
a musical.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, it's like a musical dictionary.
No.
A book of words.
Like the script.
Okay.
Oh.
Speaking of dictionary, so you guys are familiar with
what a weird transition. I'm so excited where this
I
is
am
going.
the master of segues.
Go ahead.
Good.
So you guys know House MD, right?
Yes.
You're familiar with the show.
I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I think
And
I've
so
seen
I've
one
watched
episode.
it a couple times.
And you know Mr. Bean.
Yeah, I
Everyone
know
knows
him.
Mr. Bean, and you know Hagrid.
My sister looks like Mr. Bean. She does.
Which one?
Katie.
You have more than one?
No. The one
Katie.
that you know.
Yeah. I
She looks like
I don't
Mr.
know
Bean.
if I agree. I don't think so.
She does.
Katie, when you see this.
I don't think Katie.
I
Looks,
don't
well,
think she looks
so
like Mr.
does.
Bean.
Sometimes she makes weird faces.
Yeah, and it's Mr. Bean. I told her she should dress up as Mr. Bean for Comic-Con.
That's pretty great.
Okay.
Oh,
House
go ahead.
MD,
Okay.
Mr.
House MD,
Bean,
Mr. Bean, and
Hagrid.
Hagrid, Robbie Cole. So there was an old TV show in Britain called Blackadder. And it starred Mr. Bean, it was Rowan Atkinson,
Yep.
and the guy from House MD, whose name I forget. He's a fantastically talented British actor, but
Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie, yes.
Oh, good job.
Oh, yeah.
Look at me now.
And so
I'm impressed with myself.
I'm not going to bother to look
I
at
actually don't know if I've seen an episode of House.
But
so
he's
keep that in mind.
what else was he in? Wasn't he in Home Alone? No, he wasn't. He was in something else.
I don't know what else
No,
he's
he wasn't in
been
Home Alone.
No, but they look similar.
No, he was in 101 Dalmatians.
That's
what it
right.
was. Yeah,
Also, Mr. Weasley was in 101 Dalmatians.
that's right. Yes, I like Mr. But they were all together in the show in this ridiculous scene where Hugh Laurie is the Prince Regent and a complete moron.
Link in the bio.
Yeah, there you go.
Stop.
Follow my Amazon links. I don't have any Amazon links. If I did, they'd be called the links.
Well, we're gonna
The links.
The Amazon. So Hugh Laurie, and he's in this ridiculous get up with the powdered wig and all that, and then Rowan Atkinson is dressed as, and here comes Robbie Coltrane, Hagrid, as Dr. Johnson, the guy who invented the dictionary. See, there's a link here. There is a segue here.
Speaking of the dictionaries.
Speaking of the dictionaries, and it's this whole 20-minute farce British comedy thing. But I'm watching it at one point, and I'd seen it years before, and I'm watching it again. I'm like, holy crap! It's Mr. Bean, and it's Hagrid, and they're all doing this hilarious scene together, and I'm like, it's like
obscure.
It's like a mashup of worlds that made me really happy somehow.
That's fantastic. It's weird watching those really old.
So weird.
What?
England is so weird.
England is so weird.
Have you been?
No.
It's a good thing to go.
Yeah, I want to.
It is. It's a strange place.
Yeah,
the breakfast there is
I'm
very
24
weird.
years old and I've never left America.
You are 24.
You guys are so old.
Did you forget about that?
Yeah.
You're 24. Oh no, you're 23.
You're so old.
I'm not 24.
I'm
23.
I constantly forget my age.
I'm older than both of you put together.
Sometimes
He's an old man.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Then both. Okay.
Jeff, how old
People
are you?
don't believe it. I'm 51.
Wow.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Did not expect
No,
that.
I didn't either.
No, most people
I
don't.
thought you're like 40.
It was like 5 years ago, and I met some people, and this girl's like, she's like, you're like 29. I'm like, you're my new best friend. I love you.
I wouldn't say 29. Let's not get
I got
let's
carded
not get
forever
ahead of ourselves.
when
Jeff.
I was still of the drinking variety. I got carded forever, which was kind of nice.
Right.
I'm like,
I
feel
like,
so young.
Yeah, I'm young.
I'm gonna have to bleep that part out so people know. Bleep.
It's gonna be a lot of beeps because I'm gonna bring it up constantly. Be like, he is 51 years old. You're gonna have to keep going through the.
I pinched his leg.
You did.
Oh, that's
That's how you keep
I was gonna
him
say
quiet.
get a room, but we're in one. Maybe I should leave. So Hunter and Lizzy, you are engaged.
Yep.
I'm so excited.
Check out the ring.
Oh, wow.
Audio listeners.
I haven't seen it. Here, put it.
Audio listeners.
I'm showing my
gorgeous.
ring.
We don't even want to show you
Here,
the ring.
ASMR.
Honestly, if
my
you're
ring.
watching this
That was my ring.
via audio, just move
She was trying to eat it. It was really strange, kind of uncomfortable and awkward, but that's okay.
You know, my frustration with audio listeners is we're not good enough for them because they're going for a run. They're like, I feel like I deserve your full attention, you know? And people who sit down and watch this podcast, the video version, she's pinching my leg again.
You had to pinch her leg. She's the one who's yawning over there.
That's true.
If I could reach, but I would get in trouble. I'd get in trouble. So you do that. You handle the
It's ridiculous. Like I'm just sit down. And are we not good enough for you? Is my question. If you're just jogging around early in the morning listening to this podcast, just
the podcast.
Watching the podcast. Sit down and give us some time. All right.
Well, you know,
we deserve
I do
your
both.
attention.
I get like Joe Rogan or whoever, because a lot of people do this, and I'm like, I'll watch it while I'm at work,
right?
Just in the corner of my eye, kind of thing, because you don't.
Is Joe Rogan not worth your attention, Jeff?
He is. Apparently, he's a big Bernie fan now.
He is a big Bernie fan.
Yeah.
He came out.
I saw his interview with Bernie. It was kind of fun. But
a lot of people on the left are a little upset because he's a little.
And people on the right are a little. It's fun.
It is fun.
You know, you're doing
he's
something right.
Made some comments about like. Well, I don't know how political we want to get on this.
Yeah, I don't care.
On the podcast.
On the podcast. the podcast. Yeah. People on the right don't like it because he's a.
Give us another segue, Jeff.
Okay, so speaking of the right,
communism.
Speaking of those socialists,
speaking of
whatever,
transgender people.
Oh, good.
That's
heavens.
what Joe Rogan was. That's why the left doesn't like him too much.
Oh, I remember the whole comment about the MMA fighter, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do you get this?
No.
Does it say
Lost in Paradise? Well, greetings.
Like Lost in Paradise?
No. So have you ever? Okay, we're good. So tell me about being engaged.
No. I want to hear about this.
No, okay. It's
this
a
a
movie
pun?
from the 2000s. I don't know. Bruce Willis, Mila Jovovich, The Fifth Element.
Okay.
It's a weird movie. Okay, Luc Besson is the director, and he's a very, very strange man. He makes very, very strange movies, but this one it's great. So I can't possibly explain it. You're just gonna have to see it. I'll let you borrow mine or something.
Yeah.
But
excellent.
It's a sci-fi set and whatever.
Jeff
And Gary Oldman is the bad guy, and a fantastic bad guy.
I love
and
it.
It's just basically take your idea of some sci-fi and make it really, really over the top, and that's what that is, and then make it still good.